Yeah, well, Jack, I don't know if you were on the Tracy show. I know you were on the Paul show, but our two resident superstars, T-Mac and Paul Pierce, couldn't disagree more on the amount of confidence they have in the Celtics. Take a look at this to see for yourself.
America, I've been on this ship.
You have?
All season long. I've been riding it, driving it, steering
the captain.
Wait, can we remind people, it's not just that you thought the Celtics were going to have a good season, you thought they would win the title this season.
I'm telling you right now, I have jumped off the ship.
No
life jacket.
No
wetsuit.
Just as is, huh?
As is. I'm done. Like,
here we go.
Come on. Paul, you told America right after that game on Sunday, you think this series is over already. Still 100% confident.
I'm confident
the Bucks can't come back and win.
I mean, they may win a game, maybe two, but I just look at the talent disparity on these two ball clubs.
Look at our faces.
I'm just like...
No, look at just the talent disparity.
So, Jackie, now that you have seen this, I have to ask you, on a scale from T-Mac to Pierce, right? Where are you in your, there you go, where are you in your confidence meter of the Boston Celtics?
I jumped off because I had them winning the chip.
So, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm closer to Paul, but I hear you. So I'm right there. I'm like 65% because I like what's happened to the Celtics the last month and a half. But I'm going to call out Paul Pierce one more time, Rachel. Paul, did y'all watch the game last night? Did you see what I was talking about to you just yesterday when I told you when things go bad for this team, they fold the tents? And that's why you can't ever say this series is over. It's not over.
Yeah, no, this series is far from over. I mean,
goodness gracious.
You got an MVP and Giannis surrounded by these shooters. They're going to figure it out. I don't expect them to knock down 20 shots, 23s, I meant, but you're not going to slow him down. You're not going to slow him down.
Well, they've done a pretty good job with Giannis. They have. Al Horford and Baines combined have done a decent job. Not last night.
Don't you feel, though, that Giannis is like one of those computer programs from an 80s movie where everyone's scared that computers are going to become sentient? And in every...
Because they are.
Right. Or today. And every game that he plays, every playoff game, he's just learning a little more,
He's terrific
a little more.
He's my MVP.
Until defenses like that will become, he's going to know what to do there.
Boston has already accomplished what they couldn't do last year, and that's go into Milwaukee and win.
Win a game.
Can Milwaukee do the same?
They'd love to have Marcus Smart to guard Chris Middleton because he kills them.
Absolutely. All right, Tracy, let's talk about the Bucks side, though, because I want to know which version of them, as you are noting, this important Game 3, do you think the Bucks will look like they did last night, or do you think they'll look more like the Game 1 Bucks?
Well, I don't know that. I mean, what I do know, what travels is defense. And they played great defense last night, especially in that third quarter. I mean, they were locked down. Will they hit 23-pointers? I doubt that.
Right.
But that defense does travel. And I think if they play that type of defense and Giannis is able to get in the teeth of the defense with Boston and kick out to those shooters and knock down shots, open things up for him, yeah, they'll give themselves a chance. 23s making, that'd be kind of tough, but the defense does travel.
I think it'll be interesting to see how Brad Stevens adjusts to the adjustment the Bucks made. And again, talking about the switches off the pick and roll, and he's going to come back with an idea of how to exploit that. I'm going to be watching Eric Bledsoe because, as we know, last year he had a gigantic meltdown in this series against the Celtics. He played very well in Game 2. He didn't play so great. And then let's see how he travels on the road, Tracy, because when he's on and he's going and he's got that swagger, I think it's really infectious for the Bucks. So I'll be watching him a lot tonight.
All right, my last thing is I'm going to bring the internet to both of you because I know neither one of you are on Twitter, and NBA Twitter is obsessed with this idea that Jayson Tatum worked out with your friend Kobe Bryant this summer. And you mentioned the ISO ball and that he is too wrapped up in the ISO ball, and maybe he got it from someone we know up the road in LA. You've been around this team. You've talked to Jayson so much. Do you think that's true?
No. I think at the beginning of the season, maybe he came in with a different mindset that the team didn't love, quite frankly. And I think they had concerns about him very early on because he's one of many young players that thought, all right, you see what I did last year? Now I'm ready to be a star. Well, it doesn't work that way.
No.
And especially when you have Kyrie back and you have Gordon Hayward back in the shots and the minutes. And I think Jayson had a really hard time adjusting to that. I can't figure out what it is with him because there are times when you look at him and you think nobody can stop this guy.
Right.
But that has been very inconsistent, particularly these last couple of months. He just has not played well.
Yeah, I think his motor has to change. Right? I mean, sometimes he seems like he's just not into it. He allows his frustration to take over his game.
Yeah.
And when that happens, it's like last night. He was so frustrated that he wasn't getting calls. And it's like he wasn't into the game. Like, he allowed that to take him out of the game. So his motor has to change. You just got to play basketball, right? If it's not going your way, stay aggressive. Because when you're aggressive out there on both ends, I mean, good things will happen to him. Right now, his motor is just, he's down.
Spacing is bad, too. I watched those Kobe details. I learned a lot. And one of the things he was talking about, the one with Kyrie, was every time he diagrammed it, it looked like Jayson Tatum was kind of standing in the wrong place, that his spacing in it isn't quite the way it's supposed to be.
So maybe that's it. Maybe Tatum needs more time with Kobe Bryant. Aha, NBA Twitter.